You know what I'm saying? Boom. What he pulled from this, y'all? What he pulled from this, y'all? Playing with the city like this here. Don't bring that to Baton Rouge, man. You get stepped on in Baton Rouge. You hear me? Baton Rouge full of marching steppers. Steppers and marchers. Steppers and marchers, man. So I'm letting you know, bro, you done played with the wrong one, or you played with the wrong city. Baton Rouge on fire. Baton Rouge got the whole rap game on fire. You hear me? Wait, reach out. Yeah, Choppa play big action. King of Baton Rouge, get it down from there. Get it down from there. Choppa play big action. Look y'all in y'all eyes, man. Don't play with Baton Rouge, man. King of Baton Rouge, big action. Y'all know what time it is. You hear me? I'm cleaning it up. You hear me? NLE Choppa, you got to see me, baby.
When NLE Choppa, now rebranding himself as NLE the Great, dropped his new single KO on October 30th, 2025, the entire rap world immediately lit up. The diss track, aimed directly at NBA YoungBoy, wasn't just another casual shot, it was a full-blown declaration of war. Within days, the music video exploded past 5 million views, turning a long-simmering rivalry into the biggest conversation in hip-hop. For fans who thought the feud was finished, KO hit like a violent shockwave, reigniting old tension, and raising new questions about just how far this beef is about to go. The strange part of this feud is how it began. Not with hate, but with respect. Back in 2019, a young rising NLE Choppa publicly called NBA YoungBoy one of his favorite rappers. His breakout sound, aggressive flows, emotional bars, and raw southern grit was constantly compared to YoungBoy's style. At first, Choppa didn't mind the comparisons. He even went on Instagram Live showing love, saying YoungBoy inspired him to chase greatness. But admiration in hip-hop can flip into rivalry faster than a beat drop, and later that same year, Choppa's tone shifted. He started sending subtle disses during features, including on Fredo Bang's Gangsta Talk, a track tied to Fredo's ongoing beef with YoungBoy. Fans noticed the shift immediately. What started as "I respect you" slowly turned into "I am not you," a clear sign Choppa was carving out his own legacy, even if it meant drawing battle lines. Then came June 2019. NBA YoungBoy was in custody for a parole violation before Rolling Loud Miami, and Choppa dropped Free YoungBoy, a song that confused everyone. Despite the title, there was no true message of support. It felt more like a branding play, a way to stay in the conversation, rather than an olive branch. Only days later, a club altercation between NLE's crew and YoungBoy's artist Quando Rondo escalated everything. Bottles flew, words were exchanged, and hip-hop had a new rivalry simmering beneath the surface. For a few years, the tension cooled, until YoungBoy did what he always does, stir chaos with a song. In January 2022, he dropped Bring the Hook, a track that dissed the late King Von, and ignited a wildfire across rap. Chicago's Lil Reese fired back, calling YB's music trash. And NLE Choppa, never one to stay silent, jumped into the thread with a simple line: "I stamped that." That one tweet changed everything. By publicly siding with Lil Durk and OTF, Choppa had chosen a side in one of rap's most dangerous feuds. YoungBoy noticed, and within days, he released No Like I Know, a venomous diss aimed directly at NLE. UAB***CH in disguise, YB rapped, making it crystal clear. Whatever respect existed before was now gone. Choppa tried to downplay the beef, telling DJ academics he had no issue with YoungBoy, just a disagreement about disrespecting the dead. But in hip-hop, intentions don't matter once shots are fired. Fans took sides, blogs exploded, and by the end of 2022, NLE Choppa and NBA YoungBoy were officially enemies. Fast forward to 2025. NLE Choppa re-emerged with a new name, NLE the Great, and a completely new image. Gone were the colorful braids. He shaved his head bald, channeling Tupac Shakur, claiming he was stepping into a spiritual mission. His July release Messiah portrayed him as a man at war with darkness, but behind the meditative tone, there was a hunger, a desire to reclaim the spotlight. Then came October. During a Den of Kings panel with Kirk Franklin and Jonathan Majors, Choppa made cryptic comments about evil energy in the industry. Fans didn't understand. Not yet. Not until KO dropped 2 weeks later. In a Rolling Stone interview, NLE explained the song was born from a dream. "I was awakened out of my sleep with a vivid dream," he said. "The dream was me holding YoungBoy's head in my hand and bringing the head to my father. The imagery was disturbing, literal and spiritual. And NLE insisted it wasn't about violence, but divine purpose. The timing wasn't mine," he said. "It was a power higher than me. I never want my devotion questioned. So when I got the message, I followed it." To him, KO wasn't a diss. It was a sermon. In KO, NLE doesn't just take lyrical swings at NBA YoungBoy, he aims at his entire legacy. When NLE Choppa, now calling himself NLE the Great, dropped his new single, KO, on October 30th, 2025, the rap world lit up instantly. The diss track, aimed directly at NBA YoungBoy, wasn't just another rap jab. It was a full-scale declaration of war. Within days, the music video blasted past 5 million views, turning a long-simmering rivalry into the biggest conversation in hip-hop. For fans who thought the feud was dead, KO hit like a shockwave, reviving old tensions and raising new questions about what comes next. In the opening verse, Choppa goes straight for YoungBoy's legacy. "You poison the youth, you poison the youth," he raps, accusing YB of glorifying violence and negativity that, in his view, keeps their community trapped in suffering. Later, in an interview, he doubles down. "We've been oppressed for a long time, and we add fuel to the fire by not knowing our influence," he said. I've heard interviews where he admits he is aware of what he's doing, but still chooses that path. "That's where my assignment comes in." It's a rare diss track that feels like both a confrontation and a spiritual intervention. Choppa isn't mocking YoungBoy's sound, he's calling him out, positioning himself as a prophet challenging a fallen brother. Fans may or may not buy that message, but no one can deny how bold it is. Still, skeptics aren't convinced. They point out that KO dropped right as YoungBoy's Master album was breaking records, surpassing $70 million in sales. To many, the timing felt calculated. Controversy brings attention, and Choppa knows how to create headlines. Then came the social media chaos. On X, formerly Twitter, Choppa posted a photo of a man slapping a woman with the caption, "Always disrespect YB." The post went viral instantly. Was he calling YoungBoy disrespectful? Was it a joke? A jab? No one knew. But everyone was watching. Hours later, he reposted the same image on Instagram with a cryptic message, "Clout man, the spiritual warfare. It's justified this time." That was all it took. YoungBoy's massive fanbase, one of the most aggressive in hip-hop, mobilized within minutes. Hashtags like #YB never broke again and #pray for Choppa trended side by side. Some demanded a diss response. Others begged YB to stay silent and let his success speak. So far, YoungBoy hasn't responded, at least not publicly. But silence from YB has never meant peace. When he goes quiet, it's usually because he's preparing something lethal in the studio. To casual observers, Choppa's transformation might look like a stunt, the shaved head, the Tupac comparisons, the spiritual messaging, all arriving right before a new album rollout. But to loyal fans, it's growth. They see a man trying to evolve, leaving his chaotic past behind and calling out those who, in his eyes, are dragging the culture downward. For YoungBoy, the situation is layered. He's openly admitted in interviews that he wrestles with his influence, torn between authenticity and responsibility. In 2024, he told Billboard he hated how his music sometimes inspired negativity but didn't know how to change without losing himself. That honesty makes Choppa's criticism hit even harder. It's not just about beef, it's a challenge to his conscience. This rivalry is bigger than diss tracks. It's about ideology. On one side, NLE Choppa, preaching discipline, redemption, and higher purpose. On the other, NBA YoungBoy, raw, rebellious, and unfiltered, channeling pain into power. Both artists are voices of a generation. And that's why KO is more than a song, it's a cultural moment. It forces the hip-hop community to ask, what should influence look like in 2025? Is the future about growth and reflection? Or about raw expression at any cost? If YoungBoy responds, it could be explosive. Tracks like I Hate YoungBoy and Know Like I Know proved he's capable of unleashing nuclear-level responses, dragging entire crews into the fire. But this time, the stage feels different. Choppa isn't coming from the streets, he's coming from the pulpit. That changes everything. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. The NLE Choppa vs NBA YoungBoy feud has evolved into a battle of philosophies, a reflection of hip-hop's internal split between spiritual elevation and unapologetic chaos. Fans are glued to every lyric, every post, every cryptic quote. Will YB strike back with his own KO? Or will he let the numbers from his record-shattering tour do the talking? Whatever happens, the energy is already pulsing through the culture. From Memphis to Baton Rouge, KO is echoing through speakers, sparking debates, and reminding everyone that real hip-hop beef, fueled by passion, trauma, pride, and purpose, still has the power to shake the world. And this war between Choppa and YoungBoy? It's far from over. It's only the opening chapter of the next major saga in rap's legacy of pride, power, and prophecy.